Hi everyone, I am still here, believe it or not. I am so sorry that most of October has seen no videos from me for you guys on the channel. My laptop ended up crashing. She finally died. She gasped her last breath at the beginning of October, and it's taken me a little bit of time to get my hands on another working laptop, and I've been spending the last few days trying to sync up the camera, and unfortunately, the lighting is not perfect right now, and I don't have my new microphone set up. But I'm going to have all of that done by next week. And for the remainder of October, I'll have quite a few more videos for you all to make up for lack of videos at the beginning of the month. But I am so happy to be back with you all. And so I kind of figured today I would do like an informal witchy chat video. And then in my next videos, I'll get back to business, get us all back on schedule with witchy, wonderful left-hand path and tarot goodies for the rest of the month, especially with it being October and just such a magical, wonderful time of year. At the end of this video, I'm going to just share a few tips and tricks for journaling for those of you who had asked a few questions recently. So just be on the lookout for that. At the end of the video, I will be sharing that. But I just wanted to talk about kind of just chat about how the month has been. So I know for me, being able to finish up the in-depth dive into tarot workshop was such a blessing. I had just a wonderful, wonderful experience getting to work with those of you who felt called to participate and really diving deep with the cards. It definitely revitalized my own practice too, because of course, in order to teach that, you also have to do that work yourself too. And so that was a really beautiful revitalizing of my tarot practice. And actually for the workshop itself, even though we used the Darkwood Tarot, I ended up working with one of my teachers, Rider-Waite-Smith decks from the 70s. And she gifted this to me before I had my son. And before she passed a little while ago. But I haven't really used the deck since she gifted it to me. It's just been very reverent, in a very reverential place, and has really represented her energy for me. But for a lot of September and for up until this past week, for me, it's really been about reconnecting with her and reconnecting in the spirit world, and then also reconnecting with basic Rider-Waite-Smith imagery, which is always, even though it's not like my touchstone in tarot reading, insofar as, the Pamela Coleman Smith artwork doesn't always get my creative juices flowing. But referencing the original imagery has been, again, like a breath of fresh air for me in my spiritual practice. Every once in a while, it's good to go back to basics, right? Kind of strip things down and go back to the beginning, go back to what you first learned, and rediscover new meanings in cards that maybe, you've gotten a little bit, maybe you've taken them for granted a little bit, right? But over the last week, I pulled out my Tarot of Vampires deck, felt really reinvigorated in regards to working with her. Oh my God, I love that deck so much. In fact, I may do yet another video on the channel just talking about how much I love that deck and how much working with that deck has just helped me to have greater personal awareness, empowerment on my spiritual journey, and has helped me to heal a lot of patterns and wounds. Personally in my own life, dealing with some heartache in the month of October as well. Heartbreak in the month of October as well. Tarot of Vampires is always a beautiful deck when you want to kind of get into the myth of an experience and understand how to find yourself again, how to find aspects of yourself again, and discover what in you has evolved and grown and shifted from, those big experiences in our life, whether those be loss and heartbreak or finding love or, setting off on that new career path or embracing an aspect of ourselves that we've been afraid to open up to. Tarot of Vampires is a really beautiful deck to kind of write the song for you through that experience. And so over the last week, it's just been beautiful to work with her in that way again. And she is my ride or die. and I will love her forever. So that has been a wonderful thing to reconnect with as well. And also, I should say, I do have a little pet project that I've started. I'll post a link in the description box below. Some of you, I know that there's like polarization in the community around this, which is why I created a separate channel for this work. But I've really enjoyed over the years, well, actually, I think it's specifically like over maybe the last year now, one of my wonderful tarot friends kind of got me on this kick of watching, your astrological sign monthly outlooks. And I have enjoyed watching them for so long now that I was like, I have my Etsy shop. This is what I do for a living. I should do them for fun. So I'm doing astrological tarot readings on the monthly on this new channel. I did want to make it separate from this channel because I know that there can be a division in the community between like serious tarot readers and those, the kind of the tarot readers that cater to the masses, which honestly, like, it's all one and the same. It's all one and the same, in my opinion. The longer that I have been reading, I have let go of a lot of judgments that I've had as well, and really just opened up and embraced like the divinatory aspect of reading as well as the personal work and spiritual journey aspect of reading as well. But at this time, I'm keeping the tarot astrological readings and my spiritual tarot tutorial channel, which is Owl Moon 513, where you are right now, which has been here for 10 years and will never go anywhere. I love this work. I love providing and creating these videos. And so as long as you all are watching, I will be making videos on this channel. And I have found since COVID started, offering online workshops has been deeply fulfilling and exciting for me. So those things are going to continue, and all of that will be advertised here. But I kind of wanted to do this fun little way of just having fun with the cards and also having fun with astrology and each astrological birth sign for monthly outlooks. And so the link to that channel is below. It's called Raw Spirit Tarot. Raw are my initials. And, spirit is that connection that we're experiencing when we're working with the cards, and of course, tarot being exactly what I'm doing there on the channel. So if you're drawn to check out your monthly sign, feel free to look at that. Don't feel like you have to support both things if you're, on one end of the spectrum or the other. They're both there for your disposal if you want to check them out. And of course, links to purchase personal readings are listed in each of those monthly collective outlook readings as well. But yeah, I wanted to have some fun. I've been kind of embracing being a little bit more playful in my work with tarot for myself too. Going back to basics, stripping things down, re-engaging in the romance with tarot, with the tarot vampires, but also just like letting my practice be really fun. So yes, embracing being playful with the tarot. It's such a beautiful part of the experience of working with tarot and not taking yourself so seriously all the time, right? Like, I'm a Taurus sun with a Scorpio moon, and I can tend to get real serious all the time. So it's wonderful to just be playful with the cards and have fun. So if you have any interest in checking that out, that is in the link below. I'm sorry, the link is in the description box below. And let me see, what else did I want to say about that? I think that was it there. Yeah, just embracing being playful with the tarot and really enjoying that part of my work. So that's where I am, kind of as far as witchy chat goes. What's been going on in my life. Just really exploring healing from heartbreak and, moving forward on my path, finding myself again, aspects of myself, and embracing that. And for those of you who find yourself in a similar space, whatever that might look like for you on your path, even if it's not heartbreak specifically, but just an experience of loss, please know that tarot is such a beautiful, sacred tool to help us understand, come to terms with, move forward, get to know ourselves better. So don't feel as if you are alone on that journey. Tarot and, as I would always say, your spirit tribe are there with you on your path. So that being said, I just figured I would discuss a little bit what I find helpful in my tarot journaling for those of you who have asked. So as you guys know, I really like these I apologize if I butchered the pronunciation here. I know it's a German company, Lectern. I really like these Lectern books. I was a Moleskine girl back in like 2019, but I actually really like the size of these journals. They just work really well for me. And I tend to work with the graph grid paper here. As you can see, I have like old, you guys are going to laugh at this. I have like old cursive handwriting. Many people cannot make heads or tails of it when I write letters to them. So I like to double space for myself, just so you can see here, like I like to be able to double space. And the grid, the graph paper tends to really just, I don't know, hold space for that very well for me. But I just wanted to talk about kind of like on the daily, how I work with daily draws, etc. Because I know some of you have asked about journaling over the years and how that works for me. So I am someone who is a firm believer in daily draws. I've been doing them for a decade. Of course, I haven't done every day for, oh my God, it's over a decade now, guys. I'm getting so old. But I have been working with daily draws for over a decade. I haven't done a daily draw every day in that time frame, but as often as possible, I try to come back to that practice, especially in times when I am needing something to help ground me and offer me support and structure. And as someone who reads with tarot every day as a career, sometimes being able to find a way back into the cards that's strictly just for me and not about reading for another person is really wonderful. So if you are a fellow tarot reader professionally, daily draws can be a way that you can stay connected to your personal practice with the tarot itself as well. So what I like to do is every morning, kind of will do my routine with my son, and while he's having his breakfast, I will draw a card and then I will sit and journal about it. Now, if I'm using a deck like Tarot of Vampires right now with the most amazing guidebook ever, let's just be real, I will still reference and read my guidebook every morning for the draw that I've done for the day. It just helps me it's like a refresh. It gives me a different viewpoint on the card. So I will do that, and then I will write down like keywords and things that are going on in my journal. So like here is full moon in Aries, and then I have what my daily draw is. I have the key phrases, some quotations, and then I will continue to write, like, depending on how much time I have, how I feel, what's on my mind, how I feel like the card applies to where I am, maybe emotionally, spiritually, physically for that day. Then I'll just kind of jot down my thoughts. And some days it's very short, like this morning I didn't have a great deal of time. But then on some days I'll write for like pages and pages and pages, and I'll include maybe some poetry I found that I enjoy. I'll write poetry if I feel called to. I'll put song lyrics that really speak to me. And I will, jot down in dialogue things from different meditations or journeys I'm doing with either the structure of tarot itself or with faces and aspects of deity. And I'll kind of keep all of those things in here, which is why, even though it's a journal, I do look at it as a book of shadows of sorts, because it's really everything tapped into one. But I like always starting the day with the daily draw. And for the most part over the years, that's what I found works the best for me. So I'll just start by documenting the daily draw, write down a few key words, explore what comes up for me in regards to the card. And then if I've had like a really impactful day and where like, I don't know, let's say that I drew the star and had an experience where I really needed to have faith and trust in something, and I saw that paid off, right? I might jot that down in my journal just to remind myself of the power of the tool that is tarot itself, right? And that's something that I can reference, go back to, that I can access at a later date if I need that information for a workshop or for a client who might be going through something. So it's a means of like cataloging my experience as Racine, but also as a priestess and a reader, so that I can come back to that for the people that I'm working with, for my community, and be able to offer assistance in a meaningful way. So I always start with the daily draw. Then I go into the card meanings, the given card meanings. Then I discuss how I feel, what it's bringing up for me, intuitively, how I feel like it's working with me. And then I will kind of go free form and just go off from there. So if I'm really working through something personally and I feel like a card draw is really like helping me see a pattern that my mind tends to get stuck in, or a pattern that I keep repeating in regards to something in my life, then I will do shadow work off of that, all in the same journal space. So if that's something that you've been looking at exploring, that can be really helpful too. And then from there, drawing cards off of the shadow work and writing that down and see, really feeling into what resonates there and supporting me through the process of accessing the shadow and then integrating and then coming back into regular life. This is a really important part of the work that we do, is like grounding after we do that type of work so that we're really strong in our body, right? When we come back into real world and we have to like go, or reality, whatever you want to call that. We have to like, I don't know, go pick up the kid from school or go grocery shopping or whatever it is. So writing can be a really effective way of grounding and getting back into that. So if you were wanting just a little bit more information on how I structure my daily draws, that is how I work with them. Card meanings, what comes up for me, and then free form or shadow work, or a description of meditation or journey with the cards after that. So I'm so happy to be back with you all. I've missed making videos on the channel this month. It feels really, really special to be able to connect with you in this way. So be on the lookout for much more for videos coming for the rest of the month. I have an interview with Victoria coming up. There will be September's double shot makeup video because I didn't get to that. And I'm also going to be just talking about Samhain a little bit because we're getting close to that. And for those of you who are participating in the COPS, which is a circle that we're going to be doing on Halloween itself, I will be sending out emails Sunday or Monday, this upcoming Sunday or Monday, for all of you, just kind of preparing you and getting you into that space as well. So I am sending you all so much love and many blessings. It's wonderful to be back with you guys, and I will see you as always in the next video.